981 and 24 TR 517, starting with 981 first. He failed to appear for court. Bond forfeiture was issued for your OR bond. That was revoked. Bench warrant was set, $5,000 cash professional surety. You know what you want to do with regard to an attorney in this case?
I'm going to need appointed, but
Send a copy of the complaint out to you. You're charged in count 1 with driving while suspended. Second offense, that's a Class A misdemeanor, carries up to a year in jail. Up to a $2,500 fine is the maximum penalty. Second allegation, no proof of insurance. 6 months in the county jail, $1,000 fine, maximum penalty. Moving on to 23 TR 517, there's been a motion to revoke your probation filed in that matter. You also have a right to have an attorney represent you in that matter. If you can't afford to hire one, I'll appoint one. Do you know what you want to do with regard to that case?
need one appointed, Your Honor.
All righty. Have your financial condition changed since you were on probation in that other case?
Yes. Okay, Your Honor. The reason I missed court,
I'm asking about your financial condition.
I don't have a job anymore.
Okay, it's gotten worse. I'll take judicial notice of your prior application. Reappoint Mr. Brown, Mike Brown, on your motion to revoke case. I'll also appoint him to your new case, the one you failed to appear on. On the PV case, the probation violation case, your bond in that case is set at $20,000. You can post that cash or professional surety, which is a bondsman. There's a list of bondsmen there at the jail who can bond you out. If you make bond in both of these cases, you need to be back in court November 22nd at 1:30. All right, you've been itching to say something. What is it?
Your Honor, I was incarcerated in Oklahoma, which is the reason I failed to appear. I wasn't even really given a chance to come in on my own. I was in there for 6 months in Oklahoma. I've been in Oklahoma for 6 months. I just got signed on that, and I was coming up here to deal with this. I don't have the financial means to bond myself out or anyone else to be able to bond me out.
In Oklahoma. I better ask why, because now I've got other issues here. I'm going to raise the bond to 10,000 in the new case. Sounds like you've got all kinds of problems in other states, so I'll let it at 10,000 at that. I'll leave the PV at 20. If you do make those bonds, November 22nd at 1:30, Mr. Brown can help you.
You think that he would have picked up that he needs to stop talking, but no.
With the
I'm asking for a chance to be released because I'm sitting with 6.5 years hanging over my head in Oklahoma, which if you look at it this way, Your Honor, it is a very big
Watch the judge recalculating.
incentive for me to.
It doesn't work that way with me. It's incentive to run, so I'm going to raise it to 20,000. Both cases, so it's a total of 40. I would let your attorney do the arguing for you. It sounds like you've got a lot facing Oklahoma. I wouldn't have known about that, so probably shouldn't have told me. Keep it to yourself. Talk with your attorney, and they can make a better pitch than you can. I guarantee you. All right.
When is my next court date then?
November 22nd at 1:30, both cases.
November 15th, positive test for marijuana. You understand that charge?
Yeah, but I would like that thrown out.
Okay, you hold on. Let's do this one step at a time.
Okay.
December 12th, positive test.
Starting strong. The classic defendant. I would like my charges thrown out. Well, yeah. So would every defendant ever in the history of defendants.
Test for cocaine. You understand that charge?
Yes, I do
Mr.
understand that one.
Gazione, go ahead.
So, Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Schultz regarding the probation violations. As he has expressed regarding the marijuana charge, he He does believe that it was legal at the time that he used
What
it.
does that have to do with the terms of probation that were no drugs or alcohol?
That's
Sir?
his con-
Yeah.
I looked it up and it's not legal.
What's
It's not illegal, so according to my probation that I signed, it said no illegal drugs, no alcohol.
Okay.
Marijuana is not legal.
I told you no drugs or alcohol.
Okay, so marijuana is like coffee or tobacco.
And marijuana is a drug. It's a
So
Schedule
is
1 drug.
nicotine and so is coffee.
Okay. You want to have a hearing?
I mean, not really, but I don't think that this should be
Okay,
acceptable.
do you want to have a hearing?
No.
If you didn't know, y'all stink. Okay, that's just my opinion.
Okay. Ms. Regazione, how does he want to dispose of the final hearing?
So my understanding is he would waive the hearing, admit the violations, and then he does wish to be heard as to sentence.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your plea to those allegations?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty.
All right.
What do you want to tell me before I sentence you?
I'd like to tell you that I really don't think I need to go to residential treatment
Why not?
because I want to live with my mother and I want to live and I want to drive to Erie and get away from Cleveland.
Okay.
And I want to
When did
get
you-
some good treatment like outpatient.
When did you get out of the VA?
I got out in November. They kicked me out.
Okay.
And they shouldn't have because I wasn't rated yet. And then I got rated a week later and they cut me a $40,000 check. It was so stupid. I asked for more treatment and they kicked me out.
Okay.
You could ask my probation officer. She heard it all.
Okay. So what did you do to pursue more treatment then?
Well, I got out and I was going to treatment.
Where?
But at the VA.
Okay.
I moved in with a drug addict, and I didn't even know that. I told the lady I was coming from treatment, and she didn't tell me, like, okay, but there's drug addicts living there. I told her, like, I needed a clean place to do my art.
Told who?
The lady that I rented from.
Okay.
I found a place. I thought it was sweet, and then I had a guy 3 weeks into it turn out to be a drug addict.
Okay. And then
All
what did you
right? I ended up getting high with him.
do? Okay. Why?
Why? Because I'm a drug addict.
Okay, so
And you can't hang a steak in front of a pit bull, you know?
So this is never going to be solved.
No, it's never going to be solved.
Okay. So you're just going to be in and out of jail.
No, I don't believe that.
Okay. So why? Are you,
I'm
why-
going
if
to
you're-
get on the
if you're-
methadone
hold on.
program.
If you're a drug addict, why are you using marijuana?
Why use the marijuana? Because it helps the PTSD. It helps me sleep.
Okay. So then why are you using the cocaine?
The cocaine, it made me feel great.
Okay. All right. So we're not going to solve this problem.
I don't think there is a problem to solve
Which is number one, wrong.
Then why are you getting high?
because I have PTSD. I got raped.
And so,
And if you look it up, it's part of the freaking process. PTSD, MST comes with drug addiction
okay,
in the psychological book.
okay. So this is never going to be solved.
No, I'm going to be a drug addict for the rest of my life.
I just had a guy in here an hour ago
Yeah.
who is in his third time around here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And a number of years ago, I had his sister in here.
Yeah.
Okay. And his sister was in here on some pretty severe drug charges. And they had come back a couple of times.
Okay.
And the history of her was she had been brutally raped on 2 different occasions.
Uh-huh.
And the charges, despite the fact that there were confessions in both cases, that the authorities in Ashtabula County never pursued the charges. So she was a psychological mess,
Yeah.
had a number of diagnoses, including PTSD.
Uh-huh.
Then she, of course, turned to drugs to try to solve her problem. It didn't work. And
No.
She ended up in here.
Yeah.
She ended up on probation.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up failing a couple times on probation. And eventually, she succeeded
Okay.
and finished her probation. And
I think it was okay.
hadn't been back since.
Gotcha.
So she pursued a solution,
Okay. So
and the solution worked.
I
So
think
don't tell me it can't be done.
I-
It can't be done because you just told me it can't be done. That's
Okay.
why it can't be done with you. Go ahead.
How about you let me live with my mother, smoke a little medical marijuana, and go to treatment?
No,
Why? Why not?
because
Because medical marijuana is the solution to the problem I have.
Judge, I just want to live with mommy and smoke a little pot. What's wrong with that?
And I would give you every dollar I had in the bank to prove it. And you would never see me again in this court. If you let me go out here, live with
why
my
am I seeing
mom.
you now if
I'm 40 years old.
If marijuana were the cure to your ill, why did you use cocaine after you used the
Because the
marijuana?
guy walked in my room with the damn pipe.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, okay? If I sentence
He's a cocaine victim, Judge.
Mr. Schultz right now, if I sentence him right now, it's gonna be 36 months in prison,
Okay.
okay? So would you like me to sentence him right now, or would you like me to come back?
I think we should come back, don't you?
I mean, he wants to argue about it.
I'm not, you're the one arguing.
I would ask that we.
No, just sentence me. You know why? Because we'll be done with this shit. No,
Okay,
You're killing your mother.
it doesn't matter. I'm done. And I don't think I need NeoCamp at
I'd ask
all.
For a brief recess, actually.
I'm asking for you to send me to my mother's and let me smoke medical marijuana because that's my solution. It's always going to be my solution.
okay.
Whether we do this 10 years from now, it's still going to be the same argument.
Okay. John, continuation of the sentencing hearing from last Wednesday. Ms. Fugazione?
Thank you, Your Honor. In speaking with Mr. Schultz, he has taken this time to reflect, and he has indicated that he feels if this court does feel that he needs the intensive treatment that was discussed previously, then he is willing to submit himself to that, and he would ask the court to continue him on community control.
All right, Mr. Schultz? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, sorry about last week. I've been dealing. I get picked on in jail, so I have a attitude problem, and I want to apologize.
You don't say. Well, okay, it's frustrating. We don't get the actual sentence, but he comes back and he's contrite, I suppose. I like when he told the judge that he wanted to argue about it. That was a lot of fun. The judge says in the first hearing, if he sentences him right now, he's going to go do 36 months. I'm sure he got less by being contrite. His attorney did a great job of trying to shut him up and talking him into saying the right thing at the next hearing. But I will tell you that's just where it is. Morgan sent that to me. Thank you, Morgan. And there were two separate appearances, but that's where the video ended. So you don't actually get the sentence in the video. So that's the best we could do. I still thought it was a lot of fun. And the first guy who wanted to talk about about the serious jail time he's facing in Oklahoma, so the judge keeps upping his bail. Oh, it's always fun. Thanks for coming out.